Hi guys, it's me, Andrea Anderson, the founder of IHealedMySons.com. And I'm here today with a really powerful tip. It is the very first step that I took to make sure that I healed my sons of autism. And I want to share this with you so that you can also create the same level of healing, or pretty close to the same level of healing for your child. But at any rate, the first thing you want to do is you want to decide that you can clear them of their symptoms of ADHD and autism. After you decide, you then need to believe that it's possible. See, one of the first things I did without even realizing it was I said to myself, my kids are clearing. I am making sure they are 100% healed. And so I then did whatever I needed to do to make it happen. But to back up a little bit, you have to make sure that you decide. If you're in the space of, well, I would love for them to heal, or it would be great if they could get better, but I don't know, this happens, my son is always distracted, and this happens at school and at home. And if you stay in the space of seeing exactly what's happening right now, getting worried about what's happening right now, you'll remain stuck. And I say that with gentleness, but honesty. You won't get as far with clearing them if you think about what's happening and you don't think it's possible to have something else. You must absolutely believe it's possible to make it happen. Like that background noise, this is for real, people. So at any rate, to get back on track, if you think about it, when you think of Olympic medalists, they had to decide they were going to be in the Olympics. And they decided and believed that they could win a medal. I guarantee if you talked to and interviewed any Olympic athlete who won a medal, they would let you know that they believed somewhere within them that it was possible. If you think about a time when you've been on a diet and say maybe you didn't lose any weight at all, and if you reflect on that time, I guarantee you didn't fully decide you were going to lose weight. And you didn't believe you could, because if you decided you were going to lose weight, you would have committed to make it happen. And if you believed it could happen, you would have had results. So, as I said before, this is exactly what I did. I got 100% clear that I was clearing my sons and that nothing else would work, that I wouldn't settle for anything else. They were clearing of ADHD, they were clearing of autism, they were moving through this stuff. And there we go again, loving the background noise. So, keeping it real. So, the other piece of this is the idea that Henry Ford has a quote, a famous quote, if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. And that's what's happening here. If you believe you can heal them, then it'll happen. Now, some of you listening might be saying, my gosh, that's great and all, but I look around and I hear this doctor and that scientist and this study and this on the news, and my friend and my mother and this person, that person are all telling me otherwise, that it's not possible and you're limited in what you can achieve for your child who has autism or who has ADHD. And the deal is, if you listen to that, again, you're going to remain stuck. You will not create the level of improvements and healing for your child that you would probably really like. So you want to do your best to step out of the space of listening and believing. And I know it's hard because I was there too, but you just want to set it aside and get into the space of believing. So if you're in the space of not sure or just hoping that it can happen, the way you now step into believing is you want to first play a game of make-believe. You want to start to imagine what it's like to have your child free of their symptoms, of their ADHD or autism. So really take some time, take a half an hour, carve out this time on your schedule, sit down and imagine a day with your child, how they would act without their symptoms, how you would feel, how that whole day would feel, what you would do, what they would say, how you would interact, how everything would be. And after you get into the space of seeing this and feeling this, you then write it out. Write down on a piece of paper, or if it takes more than one page, go for it. Just write what you need to write. When you're done, take this piece of paper. I call this Reality Rewritten, by the way, which I talk about in my book. It's the first step of healing. But at any rate, so you take this paper, you post it on your refrigerator, or you post it in your bathroom on your mirror. Put it wherever you're going to see it every day, and you're going to be certain to take at least 5 minutes out of your day to reread this, to close your eyes, and to imagine this day, or even imagine some facet of this day of what it's like having your child cleared of their symptoms. Okay? You want to get into the practice of doing this, because the more you start to feel that your child can heal, the more you're going to start to feel better. And there's this strong connection between us and our children. So once we start to feel better about them and we're more hopeful and actually starting to believe that more is possible for them, we start to see those results in our child. Their symptoms actually start to improve little by little, or sometimes by leaps and bounds. But this is the absolute first step, okay? Thank you so much for listening. I wish you well. Any questions or comments, please, submit them, jot them down below, share with me, share with others. This is a place of learning from one another. Not only do I have experiences to share, but all of you do too, and I value your input. So thank you so much. If you like this video, like it on Facebook. In the meanwhile, thank you again.